Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. We're in the first quarter of action. It's the Redskins who are in control of the football. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Show it eight. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
2nd and 15. Josh Doxson's got it complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Too big for you.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And that's sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. A reminder that we kick off Week 4 on Thursday night. A good one in Lambeau. Eagles and Packers, two teams with eyes on the playoffs this year in the NFC. Coverage starting at 8:20 Eastern. And hard to believe it, we also have a couple of teams coming up on a bye week already in Week 4, the Jets and the Niners. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. Space to maneuver at the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 38, Trubisky. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
He's got Burton here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I don't know who exactly made the call. Was it the special teams coach? But it had to be okayed by the head coach. Gutsy call. Fake field goal that results in a touchdown. A terrific play.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Steps away. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes and we'll be in great shape.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's...
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Run, go!
And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 66. Know it high. Set, go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Not today.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack.
We got this.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Now Cohen. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago.
We got 3 down, 3 down.
Again, it's Cohen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Mark that down as a pick 10, and the Bears have the first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
18. Got double tight.
Now Trubisky on first down. This one into the hands of Burton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as they have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this
time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Easy work. It's easy.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
58, boys, 58.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Hey, 61. Madden, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's it, baby.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They try again with Cohen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Trubisky gives to Cohen, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Davis, he'll try to run for it. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
All day.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in.
These players are on the last year of their contract. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
We go. Back up 30 base. Two times.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
And now a look at the Washington defense.
Free agency certainly paid off for Landon Collins as he made the move from the New York Giants to Washington. 3 Pro Bowls in his short career so far. A tremendous skill set, being able to play close to the line of scrimmage and make a lot of plays in the running game. What he wants to show, his range back deep, wants to make a few more interceptions.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you can get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Yeah. Let's go. 260 Pittsburgh. Hey, alert 3. Alert 4.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Forced out to his left. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Let's go now. 15 Lonnie. 80 weapon. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Time to look at the defensive starters for the New York Giants. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
I can't believe they let you play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Doxson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Here we go.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is too, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Four down. 22 jet bomber, 22. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a second and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Back to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, here's Barkley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Biggest game of Barkley's rookie year on the ground came against these Redskins. Week 14 a season ago, 14 carries, 170 yards. Now Saquon Barkley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Manning got it complete to Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. His throw incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. Third down here. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Working from the gun. Manning finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Play action. Manning. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Back to throw now on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Manning. And Ingram hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now Manning got to hurry him to the line here. Looking to throw again on second down. Manning nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Anderson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Left, watch the left. Hey, let's get that. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
He'll rifle this one deep, and this is caught inside the 5. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. Now, we know this. Offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Second and 3. And it's intercepted. dropped it at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Look at Eli against NFC East opponents in his career. He actually has a losing record career-wise against both the Cowboys and the Eagles, but against these Redskins, pretty good, 19-10. The two teams split the season series a year ago, both winning on the opposite squad's home turf. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this is Shepard on the catch. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go. Hey, Mike 52. Ready, go.
They'll try and throw for it here. It's brought in by Doxson. And he's taken down, but able to slip. Across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Defense, let's go. He's checking.
He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Well, last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? 2nd and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really fun.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead is now 21-14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go.
New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a play fake. Manning. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
Yeah, let's go.
Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw again on 2nd down. Manning trying to lay one up deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Manning to Barkley on the draw play, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Manning now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. The season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The throw down the field caught by his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. The 40, the 30, 10. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that time out to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Win championships, baby. Where's 52?
2nd and 11. And an alley to run. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch 50. I'm coming after you. Ready.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. General, West, Squirrel 60, Pittsburgh. Check orbit. Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Switch. Hey, Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
Check, 90.
Ready, go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. Step, and that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. So Manning and the Giants down by 7, a little under 30 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10.
He's not going to get me. Ready.
He's back to throw. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw to Barkley on the check down. But Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for Washington, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the new...
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New England Patriots and the Washington Redskins. The Patriots come out led by the 4-time Super Bowl MVP and owner of a record 6 Super Bowl rings, arguably the greatest to ever play the game, Tom Brady. And we keep asking the same questions every year. How much longer can he keep doing this? Is this the year the dynasty crumbles? And every year, Brady comes out and leads his team to the Super Bowl. They've been there now 3 years in a row, and only one team has made it 4. That's the Buffalo Bills. But remember, they lost all 4 in the early 90s. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double tight. 3 down.
To throw is Brady. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Check.
H3 218. Let's go. Crash.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Redskin first down, the pickup 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early.